Kamel Hawwash, chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign in the UK, joining us live from Birmingham. Kamel, thank you very much indeed for your time. So there's a key meeting then in Washington when Benjamin Netanyahu travels to meet Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump the only one who can bring any pressure to bear on this situation? Is he the only one who can break the deadlock?
I must say that I am the former chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. Trump has a very important role in this, and as you heard in the reports, that the people of Gaza say, well, if he was able to stop the war between Iran and Israel, why can't he stop the war between Israel and the Palestinian people? The fact is that Benjamin Netanyahu agreed to stop the war in Iran for now, but he hasn't agreed to stop the war on the Palestinians. Yes, this is a ceasefire deal that's being discussed, but let's be clear. What we heard from Trump is that it has been agreed between the United States and Israel, and now they say to Hamas, take it or leave it. That's not the way you negotiate deals that you want to be sustained. They should have had this negotiation through the facilitators, Egypt and Qatar, to get to an agreement, rather than raise hopes only for them to be dashed when Israel breaches the ceasefire, as it did in March, because there was a ceasefire. It's not that they've been fighting for the 2 years continuously, but Israel breached that ceasefire. So Trump can pick up the phone and tell Netanyahu to stop, but he chooses not to do that. Netanyahu is going across to America on Monday, and he will try and extract things from Trump that are extra conditions, but then to move on to Iran. But the point is, Netanyahu will not agree to a ceasefire, even for 60 days, without the words, but that doesn't mean ending the war, because he wants to be able to go into Gaza, or to continue, for his troops to continue to kill and maim after the 60 days, if not before, if he chooses to breach the agreement.
Is this perhaps why the US president has been calling recently for Mr. Netanyahu's corruption trial to be scrapped? If that were the case, would Benjamin Netanyahu then be more free to perhaps consider ending the war, knowing that he wouldn't face trial or potential imprisonment were that to happen?
This is completely laughable, really, that the president of a state calls for the charges against the prime minister of another state to be dropped, because he thinks that this will help with the war on Gaza, or at least people think would that help. Netanyahu isn't bothered about the trial that he's facing, or about the captives. He's only interested in eliminating any form of resistance to Israel, whether it comes from Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Gaza, or Iran. That's what he's interested in. And the charges, he can turn, at least look at the Israeli people and say, but I eliminated all these sources of insecurity for you. Why do you want me to be held responsible in a trial? So yes, people are linking the two together, but let's face it, Netanyahu does not care about the Palestinian people for him to be thinking, we have secured our revenge for what happened on the 7th of October, not taking into account the 1948 start of all of this, and will continue to kill Palestinians as they are dying, trying to secure just food, or having arrest possibly in a cafe on the beaches of Gaza.
Israel has often said that this war would end as soon as Hamas laid down its arms and surrendered. Of course, unlikely to happen. But Benjamin Netanyahu has also said that all he'll be happy with is the total eradication of Hamas. Are these two things compatible? Can they both happen at the same time?
Well, I think what is needed is, first of all, to get to an end to this war. In that agreement, there would be very serious discussions about how Gaza is run in the future. That will include discussions about Hamas, but that will be with the Palestinians, not with Israel and America talking to each other and deciding what happens. So there must be a role for the Palestinian people and their representatives. And that means that we need the PLO, we need the Hamas and Islamic Jihad to be involved in these negotiations. Because, of course, if you are talking to your enemy, as Israel would claim to be, and securing a deal with them, that will bring much more security than killing so many people, but still aiming to throw the Palestinians out of their homeland. They, of course, will not go anywhere. But this agreement must include the ability of the Palestinians to return to all parts of Gaza and for the aid to be delivered as it used to be by human rights organizations and by UNRWA, while a plan is implemented for the reconstruction of Gaza. And that during this period, what happens in terms of whether there's a one-state or a two-state solution, the longer-term solution can be discussed and implemented. Netanyahu faces calls from his two extremist ministers and others, including himself, actually, that the whole land is Israel's. There will be no Palestinian state, and the Palestinians will be thrown out, particularly if they can, to Jordan and Egypt. They refuse to take the Palestinians, not because they don't love the Palestinians, but because they know that for the Palestinians, their place is Palestine.
Yes, and we've heard similar noises about the occupied West Bank as well. Kamel, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here on the NewsHour.